And finally, our last quick pick is 50 best movie robots. What is your pick? I will not read through all the 50 robots, but I will open up to the panelists to tell me what they think, or tell our audience what they think was the best robot, and briefly why.
Well, I think first you have to discuss the concept of, is it really a robot if it spends all of its time actually being a human being? Like, I loved Yul Brynner in Westworld. He was the great gunfighter villain. But let's face it, for almost that entire movie, he was Yul Brynner, only at the very end. On the other hand, the Terminator was wonderful because although it started out as Arnold, it ended up as the big chrome killing machine. And then, of course, you got the robots like Transformers, which spend the entire time as robots. So,
or
our movie
people
robots
inside of large things that are like robots, but
actually,
are they
all
really
CGI.
Yeah.
But in terms of the perception of it, do you really count it as a robot that spends almost the entire time as a human, and then you see some wires when they kill it?
Right.
But still
We
a
love
robot
data.
in human skin.
Right.
That's a robot.
Cyborg, right.
Is it self-aware, or is it acting under programming? If it's self-aware, it might even be a mechanical man with a human skin, but it isn't a robot anymore.
Right.
The Terminator's not really a robot in the classic sense. Robot from a word meaning slave. A robot is like Gort, or the robot from Lost in Space, which must be given instructions. The Lost in Space robot had a certain amount of freedom to interpret those, but that was all programming. So, it's a mechanical man. In the 40s, robots are very infrequent in movies, and yet when they appear, they're always controlled. There's somebody working them from some remote point. It isn't until the 50s that you begin to have automatons, things that are artificially created that have their own ability to reason and judge and make decisions, like the Terminator robots, which are either cyborgs or actual mechanical creatures, but which are independent of outside control.
Yeah, well, what was one of the funniest scenes in the Terminator movie was when the guy's knocking on the door, clean your room, and then you see he has to choose from three choices. Now, he can't make up anything off the top of his mind. Now, obviously, he's a few asshole, and the appropriate response. But you're right in that he had a limited programming response within that framework. Mm-hmm. He wasn't truly free to come up with, well, I don't know, I'm here with Bob, and, we're just making up the place, and I spoke it up. You can't see the Terminator doing that, two gay guys. He wouldn't have done that. He just had his programmed responses.
Well,
there he was.
The question sort of becomes, could you have seen a Data type of robot or cyborg being introduced as a character in the 50s? And if no, why?
Was there a Data type of character introduced in the 50s in a movie or a TV show?
I don't think so.
The answer is yes on TV, but it's because they kind of ran out of things to do, and and I can't remember which one of the big three shows it was, but I think it was Space Patrol. They introduced a planet of robots that they were mechanical constructs, but they had partially human or organic material as part of their makeup. And it became a great decision as to can we really melt all these robots down? Can we exterminate a race just because they're mostly mechanical? They are trying to destroy all human life, but do we have the right to eliminate a species? But it's the only example that I can think of from that time period.
Okay, so on that note, let's pick our robots, say why you think that's the all-time or your favorite robot, and then we can wrap up.
I would have to go with the Cylons in both forms, both the chrome domes and in the human form, because that was just fascinating that they consider themselves the same species, that you saw the interaction between them and with the actual humans, and then the human form Cylons actually essentially became humans, killing each other, fooling around, having jealousy. And congratulations, you're us. I don't know why you wanted to be that way, but hey, okay. I just love that whole evolution, and you saw the whole spectrum. Let the Cylons have the whole package.
Wrong answer. Soundman Tim.
K9, obviously.
Oh.
K9.
The old one or the new one?
Aren't they exactly the same?
Well, they came up with a newer modern one, or the new modern Doctor.
I didn't.
But it's supposed to be one of those two from the
He
original.
was just cleaner and, I guess we'll say it's the same.
Does he still say affirmative, mistress? I think he does. So I think it's pretty much the same K9.
I have to agree with Sam. I think you're wrong.
I sit corrected.
I'm going to have to go obscure because, well, that's just the way I play it. The Metallogen Man from the serial The Monster and the Ape, because it exactly and always behaved exactly like a robot. It took orders, it followed orders, it did what it was told and nothing else. And in fact, you had to be fairly specific. If you didn't give a very good command, you could end up having the robot do something it wasn't supposed to do, in your opinion. Unlike, say, Johnny Sacco's robot, that if you say giant robot attack, knows exactly how to interpret that to who to attack, how to attack them, how long to attack them, and when to stop.
Kirsten?
Well, I like Data because he really always is grappling with these deep moral and ethical questions, and I think that inspires the person that's talking to him to sort of go through the same thing and explain why this is moral, why this is ethical, or why it's not. Because most of the robots, they don't have that sort of interactive quality so much.
One of the most brilliant bits of acting was early in the Star Trek series when Brent Spiner, playing Data, is trying to sneeze as a human. He's just sitting in the mirror trying to sneeze, and he can't do it. It was a brilliant bit of
I love those. I mean, it's like exploring through brand new eyes what being a human is.
Well, I'm far more superficial. I like Gigantor. If only for the reason that robot really influenced me as a little kid. I couldn't wait for the song to come on. I couldn't wait to watch the show. And even though there's no real good intellectual reason to get into it, that robot has had a lasting effect on me. If I could get a nice Gigantor T-shirt, I probably will one day.
Let's hear a little bit of the song. Give us a little bit of the song.
Gigantor. That's all I know.
The space age robot, he's at your command. Gigantor, the space age robot, his power is in your hand.
And I think we're going to end on that note. Thank you very much for another NeverendingPanel.com.